Now, your News 8 forecast first.
4:59 here on your Wednesday, and winter has made a return. We're tracking snow. Heaviest right now to our south from Buffalo, Dansville, Pinyan, and off towards Elmira, but it is moving north. Now, we're under a winter weather advisory until midnight here in Rochester, and the pink winter storm until midnight. That's where we might find the highest and heaviest of the snow. Now, currently at 28 degrees, Dansville at 28. Temperatures will be near 30 for most of the day, but expect snow showers. Probably going to see anywhere from maybe 3 to 6 inches in the city of Rochester. How much for you? I'll tell you coming up in just about 5 minutes, but first, News 8 at Sunrise starts right now.
Now to check in with Brian. He's got our morning forecast.
And what we are seeing is snow just on the cusp of making its way here into Rochester. But if you go very far to Buffalo, maybe into Livingston County, you're already seeing the snow come down at a pretty nice steady clip. Storm Doppler radar quiet here, but southern Monroe County, Avon, Hemlock, Pinyan, you know what I'm talking about. You see the snow. Again, already minds have probably shifted off from winter and it's heading into spring, but it's time to remember what it's like to drive through this stuff. It's going to be at times a little bit wet, but thankfully temperatures are not at freezing. They're a little bit colder than that, but here's what we have stretched across our area. There's the snow. System is still well out towards the west, but we've got this boundary, and this is what's going to be the focal point for this system. It's going to ride just south of us, but areas to our south, we're going to get some snow. Probably still looking at around 3 to 6 inches. Now, right now, 28 degrees here in Rochester, Saginaw 29, but you go to Toledo, it's 35. You go to Pittsburgh, it's 40. You can see such a drastic cutoff there in temperature. So Futurecast by 9 o'clock, definitely going to have the snow. Probably within 2 hours or even less, we'll have it here in Rochester. Steady snow. Now, Futurecast wants to bring in a possibility of a wintry mix here this afternoon. For Rochester and north, I think it's primarily snow. There could be a little bit of a wintry mix to our south. As we go into 10 o'clock, it's going to be left with some snow showers before they start to diminish as we head into your Thursday, and then scattered snow showers throughout the day as far as the time we go through Thursday into 3:30. But winter makes a return and temperatures will be chilly. But here's how we expect to see amounts of snow. 3 to 6 inches around Rochester over towards Sodus, with 4 to 8 inches from Pinyan and Dansville. The heaviest will be in those higher elevations. So snow heaviest to our south. 30 degrees for a high, but most of the day temperatures will be in the 20s. Down to 21, another 1 to 2 inches is possible as we go overnight. And then as we go over the next 3 days, 31 on Thursday, breezy. Friday not as bad, 29, but the winter weather is in place, so let's just get back to remember how we used to handle this stuff. It's not that long ago, and we'll be fine through the morning.
All right, thanks, Brian. It is 5:08, temperature this morning right around 29 degrees.
Meteorologist Brian Neudorff with Rochester's most accurate forecast.
Well, winter is making a return. Are you prepared for it? If you're not, that's what we're here for. We'll get you through here this morning and throughout the day. Here we can take a look at your storm Doppler radar. Heaviest and the steadiest of the snow right now falling south of Rochester. You look outside, you're like, Brian, it's not snowing here, but from Avon to Hemlock down to Dansville, that's a completely different story. And a couple of inches, it's going to stick as we go throughout the morning. Here are the advisories. First of all, winter weather advisory in blue. That goes until midnight for Monroe, Wayne, Orleans, and Genesee County. To the pinks we go. That's the winter storm warning. That goes now until, that's Yates County, goes until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning until midnight for Livingston County. And that's where we, and especially the higher elevations, could find the heavier amounts, and we'll show you that here as well. But here's the scenario. Storm system making its way out of Iowa, and associated just kind of stationary boundary is going to be the railroad tracks for this system. That's going to bring it to our south. Some of this rain and wintry mix may creep into the southern tier, but that's also going to keep most of this snow for us here in the Rochester area. So snow pretty much all day, with the exception as you go a little bit farther south. And look at the dividing line. And when you get this kind of clash this time of year, I mean, this is perfect. You might be thinking, well, spring, why are we getting the storm? Well, 2 seasons are trying to battle it out, summer and winter, and these two combined, 28 right now in Rochester, 36 in Chicago, and that boundary is where we're going to find that storm to move. Now, as we go into 2:30, it wants to bring in a wintry mix, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're all snow here in Rochester. Continuing into the evening, a lot of this will be snow, even as we head into 10 o'clock. I think the snow breaks up a little bit as we go overnight and into tomorrow morning, so maybe another 1 to 2 inches overnight. Here we are at 7 a.m., and then we're going to see just a few scattered snow and flurries as we go throughout your day on Thursday. How much snow? Generally speaking, 3 to 6 inches, the highest of 4 to 8 localized. Some places could see more from Dansville through parts of Livingston, Ontario County, back out even over towards Buffalo. Buffalo. So today, snow, the heaviest will fall to our south. Temperature near 30, but I think most of the temperatures will be in the 20s. Now, scattered snow as we go overnight. We'll see anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches. Temperature down to about 21. A few flakes will fly on Thursday, 31, but you can see the cold air is with us through the end of the week. And as we go into the weekend, although overall, not too bad, just going to have those chilly temperatures going into early part of next week. Just remember your winter driving skills, and you'll be fine as you go throughout the day. Trina?
Brian's back now with more on the weather, and you're not the most popular guy today with the snow.
I actually don't even like giving this news. I'm ready for it. I enjoyed seeing grass, and I wanted it that way the whole time. But yeah, we're talking about snow. Winter makes a return, and it's not just today. In fact, although we may get more sunshine by the end of the week and the weekend, the temperatures will not reflect spring at all. And this is just the first wave, the sign that colder weather's on the way. Snow, yes, and the heaviest is south of Rochester right now from Geneseo, Hemlock, Naples, Dansville. You're seeing a nice little steady bit of snow. I'm not expecting a blockbuster snowstorm here, but enough to cause you to slow down just a little bit as you get ready to prepare for this morning. Just keep that in mind. If your mind is already just turned over to spring mode, start to prepare. Give yourself a little bit of extra time, especially as the snow begins to enter probably during the 6 o'clock hour here in the Rochester area. What we're going to see here, you've got a winter weather advisory in blue from Monroe County until midnight. The pinks, winter storm warnings, and that's where we find probably the heaviest of snow. Anywhere generally 3 to 6, but as you go farther south, 4 to 8. But 28 in Rochester as well as in Dansville. So today, snow heaviest to the south with 4 to 8 in those higher elevations of Livingston County. Rochester 3 to 6. Temperature near 30 tonight. Another 1 to 2 inches is possible. 21. Just when you thought it was all done. And it will slowly melt away, but again, temperature is not going to help much. 31 on Thursday, 29 Friday with sunshine by the weekend.
Time to check in now with Brian. Is it going to last?
We'll see it through the afternoon and as we go into the evening. Yeah, they definitely got more of the snow early on, and then most of us now are seeing fairly light snow across the area. You can see that here across Monroe County, even down through Livingston County. There are advisories, but first, let's take a look at the last 6 hours. That's where the heaviest snow is, but now it's been kind of starting to see it pick up just a little bit here as we head into the midday and afternoon hours. 26 your temperature as well as in Dansville, and with the advisories in blue, winter weather advisories, and the pink, winter storm warnings. All of these here go until midnight. So today, light snow, additional 1 to 3 inches, temperature right around 30 degrees. But we'll see a couple more inches, I think, as we go overnight. We'll have your full forecast coming up in just a bit.
Now, meteorologist Brian Neudorff with Rochester's most accurate forecast.
Storm Doppler radar here showing you where the snow is. I know you're saying it's in green, but it's still coming down as all snow. The darker shades indicate the heaviest, the lighter greens, the lighter. We got a little bit here in Rochester, but from what I've been seeing, it's been fairly light. Haven't picked up more than maybe a half to maybe an inch. Some places out towards Wayne County even less, but seems like this area through Dansville, Livingston County, and that is why one of these areas are under those winter storm warnings that go until midnight. Monroe County, Wayne County, Orleans, winter weather advisory. We've got this boundary draped across parts of Indiana, Ohio, back through Pennsylvania, snow to the north, rain showers, even thunderstorms off to the south. One wave of getting ready to move its way through here, but again, I think generally speaking, the snow is going to be fairly light. Now, we're at 26 degrees, and we've been hovering about 24, 26, 28 all morning long and into the afternoon here, but Toledo at 36, Pittsburgh at 51, so you can see in just that span from Rochester to Pittsburgh, the drop in temperature, and that boundary is where this next storm is just going to kind of ride along to our south and keep the snow around 6 o'clock. Light snow continues even as we go into evening, but begins to break up as we head into 11 o'clock. A few more snow showers likely into the morning, but by the time we reach 8:30, well, we start to see the snow begin to clear out, and we may even get a little bit of sun with just a few flurries for the day on Thursday and heading into 6 o'clock. As far as that snow amount goes, snowfall as we make our way into Thursday morning night, I'm going to more or less say through the rest of the afternoon and into the evening, an additional 1 to 4 inches is possible with, I think the bands will set up here just a little bit south, Monroe County, Livingston County, we're at 3 to 6, and that 1 to 4 off towards the southwest. That's because I really think at some point, we may have seen this here this morning, a little bit of a wintry mix of either sleet or freezing rain, which can also reduce the amount of snow. But light snow off and on 1 to 3 inches, then snow showers about 1 to 2 inches, 21 degrees. And then as you look at the remainder of your 7-day forecast, Thursday 31, 29 on Friday. And then as we go into your weekend, well, unfortunately, spring, although the calendar says it, it's common to get this, but the winter cold is going to hold on here through the weekend into early next week, but at least we've got sunshine to take us through. So
Yeah.
good or bad, but I miss those 60s.
Trying to look for some good in that picture.
Yeah, just kind of go back to what you were doing a week ago from today when you were enjoying those really nice warm temperatures.
Yeah, distant memories,
Yeah.
Brian. Here's a look at what we are working on.